Warning, the following video contains major spoilers.
Hello and welcome to I think this is a special version of the Third Degree because we're reviewing Avengers Endgame. So before I even say anything, of course, spoilers. It's in the title. You know the spoilers by now. If you clicked on it, you should know the spoilers. Any spoiling that happens from now on is entirely your fault.
That's on you.
And yeah, should we just get into it? Because we've tried not to talk about this between us too much.
Yeah, we saw it separately. We saw it at different times.
Yeah.
I went to the midnight showing with Infinity War first. And that was cool.
Yeah.
Seeing it,
I would have
straight onto the next.
I'm tempted
brilliant.
to try and go again when it's a bit quieter. Because let me just start this off. I was getting really pissed off. Don't know why, with just random people getting up at really dramatic moments in the movie to go and pee.
What is that? Get
Pee
a catheter like I have.
Yeah, or just pee beforehand. It's only 3 hours. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I took two tubes of Pringles. One to eat from, one to
piss
wee
in.
Think, people.
Starting straight off the bat, I absolutely friggin' love this movie.
I did, but it took me a while to like it.
Did you?
When we sat down and watched it, I thought, what is going on?
See,
this is. I mean, I loved the opening where they just go and find Thanos, and then Thor lobs his head off. I was like, whoa! What's the rest of the film going to be about?
Yeah, I thought that. Yeah,
which was great.
I think for me, it actually started off quite strong because, like, first scene, I think it was I was nearly gone by the first scene, just with Hawkeye, and I'm like.
Yeah, I knew that is exactly what was going to happen. As soon as it opened with him and his daughter, and I was like, they're all going to vanish. No. They're all going to disappear.
And the way they handled it as well is that he looks around and his daughter's gone, and then he's like...
Yeah.
And then he turns around, because you just see the cloud as well, and he's like... Oh, man.
But you don't see all the cloud, you just see a little bit of the cloud.
It's like,
what I really like, though, is that they did so many draft versions of the disappearing until they settled on the little ash particles.
The Voldemort effect.
Yeah. Like burning paper.
Yeah.
You know, where it just... I think that is just so magical, that effect. It's brilliant. I love it.
Tell you what, actually, I don't know why, but tell you what got me, I think, just as much as Hawkeye, is when Ant-Man comes home
and he's looking for his daughter.
Yeah. And then when she opens it, I don't know why, but that got me. I didn't cry through this movie, which I already said means that I was kind of disappointed by it. I didn't manage not to cry, and for one reason only. So I said there was only one thing that was going to make me cry in this film. And I did say it in our predictions video. And that would be the death of Captain America.
I'm saying he is dead. His story arc's wrapped up. He's come back as an old man to the point that he knew he was...
But he got a happy ending. He didn't die
He's lived himself to death.
Yeah, the soldier's death that we kind of expected. You know, he was the one that I think everybody expected to die. And
I like that it isn't the soldier's death
me
we're
too.
all expecting. I thought when Thanos is coming at him and tears through the shield, I thought, Jesus, he's just going to go at him.
That's exactly the moment.
Split in half.
Do you remember when we were talking about it and we said, how is Captain America going to die? Yeah. That moment, I was like, it's going to happen.
He's going to get up. He's going to get up and say, I could do this all day. And then Thanos is just going to go lob his sword at him. It's going to impale him.
And the thing is, I'm going to start this off with that because that scene in general, something that I had actually given up hope on seeing
Captain America.
Jesus, honestly, sorry, this is meant to be PG, so I'll bleep this. I honestly nearly my pants when that happened.
My chest, but you could see my ribcage moving. Just when I thought Thor had summoned it.
Yeah.
And then, for those of you that don't know what we're on about and want us to say, you've come on this to see the spoilers before you go to see the film. Captain America is worthy. Thor gets his hammer back, goes back in time with Rocket Raccoon to find the ether from
Thor: The Dark World.
The worst film. But while he's there,
as we established,
while he's there, he's all the big Thorbowski, and he just I'll go that way. So you can see my hand. He's like that, and then Rocket's like, what's he doing? And then his mum turns around and says, sometimes it takes a while, which made me chuckle. And then he's just like, yes, I'm still worthy. And then they disappear.
Oh man, I love that.
So he's got his hammer and he's got Stormbreaker, which is amazing.
When he got Mjolnir back, that didn't tip it off for me. there's one of my complaints that I'll get to in a second. Just want to start this out a little bit positive, as you do.
Yeah, we do. We do have gripes. I know we're waxing.
Yeah, I have some major problems about it, but when that didn't give it away for me, which a lot of some of the other setups in the film did.
I didn't see it coming at all.
As soon as Thor steps out with both, I was like, no. They're not going to do this now, are they? And I was like, no.
So good.
And then there was a moment when Thor is, when Thanos is slamming the axe blade of Stormbreaker.
Yeah.
And
I thought...
Mjolnir twists in the air. And everybody in the theatre kind of went, what? And I was like, oh, I know where that's going.
I thought Thor had just got his hand out like that. It was coming back to him, he was going to bash it. And then it just smashes Thanos in the face, comes back, and then just, boom, Cap's got it. And then Thor just goes, yes, I knew it.
That is
amazing.
Possibly the
And then he just lays into it, and he can do all the thunder and everything, which is just awesome.
Yeah,
so
because
he just leaps and smashes.
I saw...
shield, hammer...
I can't remember whose review it was, because I watched a lot of reviews after, because I was just still so hyped about this film. Saying that, because if you think about it, Thor is 1,000 years old, and he's fought for a long time, but in essence, Thor is just a blunt instrument that runs like a bull in a china shop. Captain America's a soldier. Seeing somebody who knows how to fight properly use that hammer was magical.
That was awesome.
Honestly, but that is I think the shot when it lands in Captain America's hand,
and we're like, whoa! But the entire theatre wooed.
The loudest I've ever heard a theatre go up. Like I didn't see anything like that in Avengers 1.
No, that was the most badass moment.
Only time I've heard something like that in a theatre.
It was incredible.
It was just ridiculous. And there's one thing I do want to say about that specific shot. Right, and I think people who ever watch our Marvel videos, if you've watched any of the ones in the future, I'm probably going to say this again, or our past ones, and I think there is a time for subtlety with a score, and I think this movie could have gone all out, completely bombastic score. If that had gone and slammed into his hand and the Captain America march plays.
It didn't though, did it? It was just a...
No.
But, and that's what... I don't think it needed anything.
No, I don't think it needed anything, but
at all.
But the reaction that I can imagine from that, bum 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 bum, with the percussion rather than the end of the brass, not the quick one, but that sort of slower, the one that always happens when he gets back up. That one, oh man, that would have set me off.
Yeah. I really like that it was the three of them. It was Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America all laying into that.
I do agree with a few people's complaint about that, is that, one, it's the big three, but Hulk could have got his revenge in that moment. He could have got his second moment.
I think, though...
But I don't think that's Thor's role. I agree to be those people to a certain extent, but I don't think that was Hulk's role in this film.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was Science Hulk. It was the end of Hulk, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It was Bruce Banner and the Hulk finding their peace with each other, and we get that Professor Hulk kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which, it was comedy at the start, but...
And that kind of... it kind of grated on me a little bit.
Yeah. This, I'm going to lead in now to one of my biggest gripes, is that the humour, specifically at the beginning... It was good humour, don't get me wrong. It's very funny, but you're kind of sat there laughing, thinking, why am I laughing?
Yeah.
This should be emotional roller coaster. We've just come off of the Infinity War, where the end, we were all just sat there in the theatre, there was no music, and we're all just, what just happened? They just killed everybody.
Yeah, which was a big issue we had with Infinity War as well, wasn't it?
Yeah,
is the humour throughout, and I think this movie, throughout it, the humour was handled better than it was in Infinity War. Like, the serious moments weren't undercut with, like, Thor making a joke or Rocket Raccoon making a joke.
Yeah,
they lightened it with a bit more time between. They let the serious moment happen and conclude itself.
Yeah,
and then added some more levity in, which I think was handled so much better.
I did wonder in hindsight whether it was, okay, let's make the beginning really uncharacteristically funny, so that when we start killing people at the end, you've come off that high of it being funny and then just dropped into the deaths.
Yeah.
Shall we talk about the first death?
Black Widow.
Black Widow.
That's the only.
Crap.
I didn't
like
expect it though.
As soon as they said, by the way, Clint and Scarlett Johansson, off you go to Vormir. Oh, we all know what happens on Vormir. One of you's got to get sacrificed, and you both happen to love each other.
Yeah.
Great. Clint's got his family to live for, which he's been hunting for.
Yeah.
Nat's got no one. She's going to die.
Yeah.
And I didn't care. I watched her fall to her death. I saw Scarlett Johansson's mangled corpse on that planet and thought, I don't give a shit.
Yeah. I kind of expected when they were talking about, when they had all of the locations on the screens where they're going to go. Honestly, I kind of expected Captain America to be going there.
Ditto.
Sacrifices himself. Red Skull's there.
Yeah, I wanted that. I thought, Red Skull.
Yeah.
Red Skull. No.
Granted, if we had to exchange those two, meaning that we kept Black Widow alive and she didn't have a death, but then also we never got to see Captain America slam Thanos around with Thor's hammer, I'm gonna pick the way they did it.
I'm gonna take this moment to just say that I don't think the female characters got their just desserts. I don't think they were handled fantastically. No. I think it was all about Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, and Thanos. Those four male characters. In
fairness, though,
if you're going to kill one of the original Avengers almost straight away, because it was during the time travel bit which sets up the rest of the film, do it right. Give her some. Like I said, I didn't care. Yeah. I didn't feel it
However, though,
at all.
I did enjoy the scene. I did enjoy that these two characters, you knew where it was going, but I enjoyed the fact that they added the conflict between Hawkeye and Black Widow.
Yeah.
The fact that they are physically fighting each other to get, because they both know that.
And they're both willing to do it. Yeah. Was a decent thing for me.
I think the whole, after Age of Ultron, there was the hashtag it should have been Hawkeye thing. I feel like that's a kind of a thing that people were thinking, but
and then Nat goes back to his family at the end.
Yeah, I think that could have
worked.
That could have been far more heartbreaking of an ending for both of them.
Yeah,
I'm not complaining because I thought it was well handled scene. It just didn't have a lot of oomph behind it.
While we're talking about female characters, I think it's really important to mention that they didn't overuse Captain Marvel, which I was worried they would.
No.
But she was great, though, when she was battering Thanos and then he headbutts her and then she's like... that was like Luke Skywalker in The Last Jedi when she goes... That was a badass moment.
Captain Marvel. She's actually my biggest complaint about this film.
Is she?
Yeah.
Come back to it, because I wanted to mention... I was listing off the female characters.
Okay, sure.
The second one... I really thought that Scarlet Witch was going to tear Thanos a literal new one.
Yeah.
When he just says, all right, bombard everybody, and he's like, what about our own troop? Like, I'm going to be torn apart. I really thought, she's going to split him in half.
I loved Scarlet Witch.
She was great. She's actually had a decent plot. She was actually good.
Yeah, and it comes into one of my complaints as well, so I'll tie those together for you. Pepper Potts. Really enjoyed her character. She normally pisses me off to no end.
I completely agree with you. Yeah. She is normally thoroughly irritating, but I think that's just Gwyneth Paltrow. Sorry if she ends up watching this at some point, but you really get on my tits.
Yeah.
She was really good, and I should have seen that setup coming, where his daughter's got...
you didn't see that coming?
The suit. No, didn't see that coming at all. I thought that moment... What's her character called, where she's got the suit?
Rescue.
I thought that we got that in Iron Man 3, where Tony throws the suit at her. I thought that was all we were going to get. Yeah. And then she turns on and she's blasting things in this turquoise. Oh, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was cool. No, I totally agree. That was cool.
Yeah.
While you're on the topic of the handled female characters, the moment, and I've seen people complain about this as well, when Captain Marvel takes the gauntlet off Peter.
Yeah.
And he's like
girl power thing.
And he's like, how are you going to get through that? And Okoye?
She's got help or something.
Yeah. And then Captain Marvel, they don't do anything. She just proceeds to quarterback it through the entire line of Thanos' troops. And like, what was the point of that shot?
Which is exactly what I thought they would do with Captain Marvel, because she's so bizarrely powered. I really thought that they'd just use her, that she'd just fly through Thanos and tear a hole in him. As an extreme measure, or just pull his head off.
A lot of people expected that with the Mjolnir moment.
Yeah.
They expected it to just go through his chest. Just kill him straight.
But he got a good death. He almost had sat down and was accepting it and thought, you know what, kudos.
Yeah. I think...
And then he vanishes.
We need to talk about Thanos later on.
Yeah,
because I think there's a lot to say about him. It's almost specifically.
Yeah, whereas Infinity War was Thanos' film. I think that because they actually said Thanos will return, didn't they, at the end of the Infinity War credits?
I've got a couple more. It's fine.
I think him dying twice is a good way to go.
Yeah. Should we talk about him now, or do you want to talk about him later?
Is this a good time to flow into it, or did you wanted to complain about Captain
I wanted
Marvel?
To complain.
Didn't you?
I wanted to complain.
So while we're still there.
So, one positive, she wasn't used too much.
No.
Which I appreciated.
Yes, I also agree with that. It focused more on the original people.
Which is nice.
Which was brilliant.
Positive number 2, she is the most accurate comic book character depiction I've ever seen. As well as the characterization, because I genuinely found her insufferably annoying in this film. Yeah,
which she is.
And I was like, okay, I'm supposed to hate her, right? Am I supposed to hate her? I don't...
I completely agree with you.
I don't know. And there's nothing... I'm not gonna, fall victim to people saying you just don't like her 'cause she's a powerful female superhero. One, Wonder Woman freaking
was
awesome.
Amazing.
2, of the Avengers left, I genuinely think Scarlet Witch is my favourite Avenger.
Yeah. And after Endgame.
And Scarlet Witch, I don't think gets... She should have had some of those moments. When Captain Marvel is having her moments, I feel almost as though they were undeserved. When you have a character as powerful as Scarlet Witch, I'm sorry, but they've made Captain Marvel far too powerful in these films.
Yeah,
She's not that powerful.
But she is more powerful than pretty much anybody else we've seen. Doctor Strange maybe is
Doctor Strange, Thor, and Scarlet Witch are all more powerful than she is.
We've got all these players now, which concerns me for the future.
Yeah,
it's like in Avengers, the first Avengers film, where you've got Hulk and he appeared right at the end and just smacked that massive space worm out of the sky. I was worried that he'd become the Get Out clause.
But he wasn't because of the...
But they don't use him because they know he's a person and doing that transformation and becoming green is an issue.
And the fact that Hulk is a complete wild card and they don't know what's going to go wrong or right with him. Captain Marvel is just a person who rationally knows what she's doing, so she can just be... She know in comparison to the Hulk.
Yeah.
She knows that
I think that's important. In comparison
to
the Hulk, she's rational.
Yeah.
In comparison to normal human beings, I don't think she's a rational character.
I really don't mean to hate on Captain Marvel. She's just really, genuinely, really, really annoyed me in this film. Like, the first scene she's in, and she's talking to all the Avengers, and she's acting like she's the big dick, and I'm like, no, you're not. I just want Scarlet Witch to bitch slap you around the room for a minute. You can't punch laser beams if Scarlet Witch rips your arms off.
I agree that the first scene that she's in, where she turns up, and but the thing that I saw about that was that she is, she's come down because she's received the page, which I think was brilliant. That she's got a pager in outer space. She comes down and she doesn't know about the Avengers. We assume that she doesn't know about the Avengers because she's been out of space since the 90s.
Yeah. But
she comes down and finds out what's going on and then sees Samuel L. Jackson's face on the list of the missing.
Yeah.
That is when she goes, I'm going to go kill Thanos. It's the same sort of thing that happened with Thor. That happened with everybody.
Yeah.
We're going to go and kill this bitch.
Yeah.
This purple scrotum chin wanker. We're going to go and kill him.
Yeah. And I appreciated as well.
Are you going to beep scrotum or wanker? Or both?
US viewership, wanker's not a problem.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
I think I really want to complain about her more, but I also don't. I'll say my final piece about it.
Go for it, and then I'll say my final piece.
My final piece on it, because I appreciated that when they skipped ahead, one, they gave her a haircut.
She
loved
badass.
It. Because
that looks like the modern comic iteration.
Yeah, exactly. That's really what she looks like. So, one, I appreciated that. I appreciated that they set up a little tiny bit of a hint of the fact that in the comics, her and Rhodey are a thing. I like that. I like the fact that she had a little bit of humanity. And then she still annoyed me. I'm not sure whether it's just her characterization or whether I know that she's an annoying character in the comics as well. But both maybe. But genuinely, at the end, when the guns start firing and everybody's attention, and then like, what's that? What are they firing at? And then as soon as that light appeared, I just went, if there weren't 8-year-old kids in the theatre, I would have gone, F off.
I thought it was Nick Fury in his helicarrier, and he was going to come down and just blast the shit out of Thanos'
That would have
spaceship.
been awesome. I would have actually got up and cheered at that. But before the light came up, I kind of thought that they'd started firing on like civilians or something. They'd started trying to bombard a city because they were getting overrun, and they're like, just distract them, because that's how you distract the heroes, or in everything.
Yeah.
Apologies if you're a Captain Marvel fan.
I am a Captain Marvel fan. I do really enjoy her, and her dynamic in the group of the Avengers is going to be really interesting.
Yeah, I think it will be going forward. It didn't work for me in this film. I think because. And I think it does come back to that I feel it's almost undeserved, because this was a film for the OGs, and when she comes down and starts tackling Thanos and she's ripping his fingers apart and he headbutts her and she's just like, I kind of thought that was cool, but
that was cool.
And then I kind of thought, oh, she's just gonna save the day, and then he just sort of. Then she flies down and just insta kill. I'm like, yes. And then he just pumps her with the Power Stone.
It was like it was just one Avenger, another one, just bang, just f***ing them all up. Apologies.
I'll bleep it.
I know you're gonna have to bleep a lot. Just get carried away.
But I don't know. I think it's because did it come after? It definitely came after the fight with Cap, and Cap got the hammer, and I'm like, this is Cap's moment.
Yeah.
And then Captain Marvel comes down. I'm like...
Yeah, but I think that was just part of everyone's having a go.
Yeah.
Scarlet Witch had a go.
Yeah.
Spider-Man had a bit of a go, didn't he?
I love it when he
instant kill was when he was like, shit, I can have an instant... That was great.
Yeah.
That then led into, my opinion, Captain Marvel's best bit of that movie, where she's just like, hey, Peter Parker.
Yeah.
And he's just lying there like...
I hope they kind of
set up that I'm in a hole.
He has a massive crush on her.
Yeah, I'd like to see
like
them...
Ant-Man and Captain America.
Yeah,
I kind of hope they set that kind of thing up.
Yeah,
that would be. I'd really appreciate that.
I'd like to see their relationship. That's what's so great about it. If you get rid of all the original Avengers, which you basically have done here, Hawkeye's not going to come back. Cap's not going to be in it. Iron Man is capished, and Thor's now part of the Guardians.
Oh, that pissed me off.
But it happened though, didn't it?
Yeah.
I thought Iron Man was going to join the Guardians at the end of this film. But, like, I don't know, Pepper was going to die or something. He was going to, what's left for me on Earth, and going to fly off and fight space monsters.
That would be cool.
While we're on complaints about Captain Marvel, I've done my best bit of her. Why did they set her up so much? Why go Infinity War post-credit scene is her being called, then do her solo film, then do all...
Protect space for a while.
Then she blows up Thanos' She uppercuts Thanos' ship. I know it him up, and that's what makes him call his armies down. But I thought, what is her deal? I could have happily just watched Infinity War Endgame, then Captain Marvel solo film.
Yeah.
And because she's obviously going to be something in the future.
Yeah.
But there was no need to have Captain Marvel in between those two films.
No, there wasn't.
I'm glad that she wasn't overused in Endgame, but I'd have liked something more, something a bit definitive. Why have you set this character up and she's probably only had like 4 minutes of screen time?
Yeah.
Where she saves Tony Stark. Is that the point of her? Was that it? Because you didn't need to have her origin story.
No.
She could have just appeared, and then she basically explains herself anyway. Yeah. You don't have Spider-Man's origin story in his film. Yeah. Or in Civil War, or anything.
I think it was just hype machine. Keep the hype machine rolling, That's, I think, the main purpose of it.
We've got to do reshoots for Infinity War quick, roll this out.
Yeah.
Reshoots for Endgame, we've got to fill a gap.
No, but like, you can tell that this was made before the solo film.
Yeah.
It's quite clear that was the case. Damn this film. Honestly, just... Ugh.
We mentioned at the beginning that you didn't cry, but you wanted to. You wanted Cap to die, and then you would have...
Yeah, I was happy with his ending, though.
I was happy with his ending. He got his dance. This film was almost Captain America 4.
Yeah, I thought that coming out of it. For me, this film was mainly about Captain America. Like, the moment when... You can tell when he's... It's the exact scene that I was describing when Thanos is beating him down, and he's sort of... He's trying to get back up. Yeah. And you know
that he's gonna.
And he turns around, and in his head as well, he's genuinely trying to think how he's going to take all of these people out.
Yeah.
And that bit, it would have got me, but it kind of threw me out of the film as well. When Sam's on the thing and he says, "On your left," and then
Loved it.
Black Panther walks out. I know, I get it, because he flies out, that was cool. But I was like, I kind of wanted that to be just Sam and Bucky. Just them first.
Yeah.
Then Black Panther comes up, maybe behind them. And that entire, Jesus Christ,
another good bit though was when everyone's getting fucked up, and then Tony looks over and sees Benedict Cumberbatch, and he's just
because you know
Benedict Cumberbatch and Doctor Strange knows. I do that because I love him. Like, I love you. Doctor Strange obviously knows that Iron Man's about to die.
Yeah,
that Iron Man has to die to do this.
And that's his way of telling Iron Man.
Yeah,
Iron Man knows what he has to do in that moment. Yeah,
you've got to do this.
Yeah,
yeah, it's up to you. This is your moment. Yeah. You've got to sort this out. You're the only one that can do it. I didn't see it coming. Another setup in hindsight that when Iron Man makes the Iron Man glove as a gauntlet.
Yeah. There
didn't see it coming that he was going to be.
There were lots of setups, I think, for Iron Man dying in this film, and I think it was handled very well.
Yeah, I just went in there not expecting anyone to die, actually. And just when they did, apart from Black Widow, when they did, I was like, oh man, feels.
My overall thoughts on this are, I've never been more glad to be wrong about a film going into it.
Totally, yeah.
Like, kind of, with Infinity War, I didn't like the fact that I knew the comic story arc, because I knew exactly how it was going to end.
Yeah.
With
I just wondered whether they'd do that, though. I wondered whether they'd just have...
I went into it expecting it to happen. I was like, it's going to happen at some point in this film.
That's why when it was quiet in the cinema, when it was full at midnight in the cinema, and I just went, that was better than Lion King.
And it was like, great. In this one, though, I genuinely feel, because a lot of these, I wish I wasn't a nerd and didn't know what was going to happen. Winter Soldier. If one of my wishes is to be able to watch Winter Soldier without the knowledge that Bucky is the Winter Soldier. That is the only other time in a theatre that I've heard an audible from people, is that moment. And I wish I didn't know that was happening.
Next to no score under that. It's just that weird reverb echo from the Winter Soldier screeching guitar theme. That just under it.
Yeah.
And then his mask comes off and he's like, Bucky, ever. Yeah, that's a good moment.
Those two.
We should do a Marvel Moments video.
We should.
Now it's over.
Yeah, I also want to do a retrospective on the Iron Man trilogy and the Captain America trilogy at some point as well.
Yeah.
Because I think that's we need to do that. Those videos.
There's plenty to discuss about this. Now it's over. This was the biggest moment of our gen. It only happens once a generation. I think the generation before you guys all had. Yeah. No, I was going to go Empire Strikes Back when he finds out he's his dad.
Oh, yeah.
Luke Skywalker is Darth Vader's son. I thought this is our Darth Vader is Luke's dad. This is I'm like, this is great.
Sorry if some of this is very incoherent.
We tried to do this kind of raw.
One of the downsides of us not talking about it beforehand is that we just want to get all of it out, all of the emotions. I haven't had anybody to talk about this film with for 3 days. So sorry.
And I saw it on the midnight showing.
Yeah, so he couldn't even speak to me about it in the 3 days. So
I haven't spoken to it. Yeah.
Yeah, but what do I want to say? One, we kind of got off topic, but I'll just say it and then I'll move on to...
We should do biggest... We've done complaints, sort of.
Yeah, I've got more complaints coming. Those are you like complaints you've got coming.
I've got two. I've got complaints and crying moment that I want to bring up.
Okay, yeah. I just want to get some stuff out because I'm going to forget my points. Going back onto the topic we were just on. I wished I wasn't a nerd for Infinity War and Winter Soldier. This one made me so glad that I was a nerd. You know, all the callbacks, the Tony Stark has a heart bit, the Bucky saying, "Don't do anything stupid. You're taking all the stupid with you."
Yeah,
awesome.
Avengers
assemble.
You finally
Jesus
said it.
Christ. Cap with the hammer.
Jesus Christ isn't in it, by the way. It's just an exclamation.
He may as well have been. But all of the moments that... Because there were so many throwbacks.
Yeah,
in
that
all
is
of the bits. And
best and worst bit for me. If you come at it not being a fan of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, you're not gonna get it.
Yeah, you haven't got a clue.
That was the best bit as well. It's
I felt this.
You, if you're not a fan, you're gonna have to blur. I just stuck my finger up. It was F you if you're not a Marvel fan. We are doing this just for the millions of fans that we have that have stuck with us for 11 years. 24 films
22.
now, is it? Including Endgame.
Yeah.
It's around there.
Yeah.
And, you know, I thought it was great because I've seen all of the films before going to see it.
Yeah.
I watched all of them in the run-up and then saw Infinity War going straight into that, an event. But that, again, if you're not a fan, you're going to think, okay,
but then again, I
genuinely
don't think it was made for those people.
No.
Like,
it was made by fans, for fans.
It's the first film I think I've ever watched that I could sit and think, this was made specifically for me.
Yes.
They spent $1 billion to make a movie for me.
Yeah.
That is exactly what I thought in this film.
Yeah.
Like, I was so happy coming out of this film. I didn't actually say anything about the film to Zara until we'd walked and got in the car and driven to lunch.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything about the film. Other than my complaint about Captain Marvel, because I wanted to get that out.
Yeah, okay. How many more complaints do you have? Because I have one major complaint. I've done my complaint. To sum up, I've done my big complaint about the weird use of Captain Marvel, just in general, of the universe.
Yeah.
The use of female characters, more specifically Black Widow.
Yeah.
And her death being completely ridiculous.
Although Scarlet Witch was...
Scarlet Witch was top notch. She got her proper moment before going on to a series.
Yeah.
And I have one more, pretty much.
Do you want to do yours first? Because I've got one, really.
Okay, I've already touched on the subject of the humour early on.
Video.
Yeah, it's going to be long. But the humour at the beginning really just annoyed me. Although it was good. But Fat Thor really made me chuckle.
Yeah.
That was funny, but that's where it should have stopped. That scene should have been heartbreaking. This hero, this ripped ass, badass, burning in front of a sun to build a new axe, and you just treat it as a joke. I agree that he should have gone into the 5 stages of depression, and just... I loved it as well when he's recapping and talking about the ether, and he's got his sunglasses on, he's swigging his beer, and, you know, he dreads at his beard. Awesome Viking beard as well. It's just great. But when you sit and think that scene where he's in New Asgard and Hulk and Rocket go after him, he is a defeated man. He's still the pissed off guy that doesn't say anything at the beginning, but he can't do anything for once in his life. He can't
hit his problems to death.
Just hammer a nail in.
Yeah. Because the thing is,
it should have been emotional, but they made it funny.
Yeah.
And it isn't.
Yeah. And I think, he can't hit his problems to death. As I said, he's just a blunt instrument. He did try and hit his problems to death. He cuts off Thanos' arm, and then he decapitates him. Yeah. And
that moment, though, when he goes, I went for the head. Brilliant. Yeah.
I think that was... I do agree. I think the funny moments with Thor throughout the film, like when he goes off to find
typical
Odin's
Thor
wine
humor.
cellar. Yeah. I did like it.
I think
it's just it should have
one
grown to there.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have been, here's it, no development, God of Thunder, that's it.
Yeah.
It should have been grow, start accepting, get to the funnier stages of grief so that it's not too depressing.
Yeah.
Then get to acceptance, God of Thunder.
Yeah. I wanted to feel for him in that moment, but you were too distracted by all the funny.
Yeah.
I liked Korg, though, when he was like, that dickhead's back from on Fortnite.
Yeah.
That was nice. It was nice to see New Asgard and everyone trying to get on. I wanted more emotion from that. And then when he comes back at the end, like you said, he's built up to it. It's like, boom, 2 weapons, I'm going to beat the living shit out of it. Just didn't get it. And that is my major complaint about this film.
Okay.
Thor was set up wrong.
Yeah. I think I think it's a shame as well because Thor was fixed in Infinity War. Like, for me and you, Thor was kind of ruined in Ragnarok, wasn't he? With certain aspects of Thor were kind of ruined.
It was an important setup for him. I think again it was too funny, but then his dry deadpan humor has come from those decades or years with the Avengers and being on Earth and whatever. But it was an important setup for him that he doesn't need to be worthy.
Yeah,
he just summons the lightning.
The story of Thor in it, but I think the characterization did get a little bit broken throughout Ragnarok, and then was fixed in Infinity War. Yeah. The balance of the humour was so right in Infinity War for him.
With hindsight, is really good.
Yeah, the story.
Post these films, seeing everything as it is now.
Yeah, and I think they just took a bit of a nosedive with him in this one. I get where they were trying to go. I think I kind of accept it because he had his arc in it as well.
Yeah,
you know, I get where your issues are coming from.
Thank you. My cry moment is the other thing that I wanted to touch on.
Yeah.
When Happy Hogan goes up to Morgan Stark.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Puts her, hey kiddo, you hungry? He's like, yeah, cheeseburger. Your dad liked cheeseburgers. The first thing that Tony Stark asked for when he got back, I was like, oh no. I'll get you cheeseburger. Get you all the cheeseburgers. That was emotion. And when the little kid from Iron Man 3 is at the funeral.
Yeah. I saw so many people like, oh, wait, who's that? I was like,
I thought that, and then it panned over to his face. I was like, oh, shit. That is a really nice touch that he's at the funeral. Yeah. Loved it. Just Tony Stark's funeral. From the moment that he dies.
Yeah.
In upstate New York, and then the funeral. I was like, oh, yes, this is great.
Definitely.
Yeah. From the moment that Pepper says, you can rest now. We've got it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Because that proves that people know, that the writers know his character. That he will not rest until he knows
everyone's safe. Yeah. That everyone can handle it.
Yeah. Even if it means that he will go too far, as he always has done.
Yeah. If Pepper hadn't have said that, he probably would have tried to get up.
Yeah.
And get on with it.
And I like that he doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
It's the only time he's quiet.
Yeah. Or another nearly cry moment is when Spider-Man just sort of swings past and he starts jabbering, and then Tony just hugs him.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, this is nice."
Oh no, it's scared me. One of the bits I want to mention later on as well. Actually, is that bit. It ties in a little bit.
Later on, we've been going for 39 minutes.
I know, we've been going for 39 minutes. I am sorry, but there's a lot to talk about, and we're not even talking about predictions in this video. So
a separate video
entirely. Right.
Do your next little bit then, and then we'll wrap it up, and we'll talk about what we'll do in the future regarding this film. Yes. We've got a couple of videos to come post-review.
Yeah.
We've got things that need discussing.
Yeah. Okay, right. My last con. I'm not even going to touch on Thanos because I think the way
we will touch on him though in one of the later.
Yeah, because I think I know a lot of people didn't like that they brought a past version of him back, and whatever. I think there's room for interpretation. I think everybody has their different opinions on it.
I liked it.
It grew on. Initially I was like, this kind of doesn't work, and then as the film went on, I was like, oh yeah, it totally works.
Yeah, when he sees his own, when he sees the recording of himself in in his present Nebula in the past.
Yeah,
he sees the future recording.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, it works, and especially because he wasn't this sympathetic villain anymore. He was just a madman on a quest.
Yeah. I'm going to enjoy destroying your planet. Yeah.
Excellent. Completely appreciated that.
Because you almost side with him in Infinity War.
Yeah.
He's trying to do... He's thinking of the greater good for the planet. And then he's a little farmer that looks like Shrek. And then he gets decapitated. But then he goes and says, this is personal. I'm going to severely enjoy destroying you and your planet. That is when you realise he's a bad guy. Yeah. There's a lot of complaints that he can beat up every single Avenger without the gauntlet. But I get it, because you think how much time has passed. Yeah. He's a younger, ferocious self.
Yeah, he's more impatient, he's less wise. And the thing is, he's also learnt the lesson that his patience does not work.
Yeah.
So he becomes, as we like to say with Thor, he just becomes Thor, just blunt instrument, goes at it.
And very nearly wins.
Yeah, and I think it's completely intentional, because Infinity War was focused on him. This is the Avengers film.
Yeah.
You want to see them as the heroes and him as the villain straight off. And I think that worked incredibly well.
Yeah. Especially when the Iron Man grabs the gauntlet or something, and then Thanos just goes, and he says, "I am inevitable" or something, and he goes, "Yeah, well, I am Iron Man."
I love that.
That was
I can't.
brilliant.
That
That
I
was
can't
incredible.
believe that they actually did that again.
And me. That was it. Just
I just
so every single character had their
Yeah.
arc brought nicely
Yeah.
to an end. Even with Thor, though his story's not over.
Yeah.
It's finished.
Yeah.
He's not an Avenger anymore.
Mm.
He's doing something different. He's
Yeah.
passed over his title as King of Asgard to Valkyrie, who was great coming in on that winged horse.
Can you imagine?
We've gone off on a tangent here. We're about to wrap it up.
Yeah. Can you imagine? Honestly, and can you imagine this as well? Describing the third act of this movie to anyone.
We'd need another hour and a half.
Like,
And you might as well watch it.
or can you imagine just walking in during the third act of this film when Spider-Man is on the back of a friggin' Pegasus?
Yeah.
I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah. What is this?
Anyway, we will wrap it up. I have one last complaint.
Go.
Okay? And this might not apply to everyone.
I think it's really important that we are talking a lot of complaints in this.
Let me just say, it still gets like a 9.3 from me.
Yeah.
I'm one of the few people that I enjoyed it more than Infinity War, personally. And that might just be all pinned on the moment where Captain America beats the crap out of Thanos with Thor's hammer.
Definitely is. Yeah,
but it was more enjoyable for me because I didn't know where it was going. I think more than anything.
Yeah.
My last complaint, and again, this might not apply to everybody. I know it didn't apply to Zara when we were watching it, so it might just be a me kind of thing. I felt that the setups and the foreshadowing for every character was far too obvious.
I think that's you. I completely disagree. I've said during this video that I didn't see Iron Man.
Oh no, I didn't see that. I saw him dying.
I didn't see Pepper getting the thing. I didn't see. I just didn't see Iron Man dying, to be honest. Any more obvious ones that now I've seen it? I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Do you want to think while I'm going?
You go. Yeah.
Okay. So
Just the point
Iron
was
Man...
that I didn't see. You say that they were too obvious. I didn't see that at all.
I think it probably is a me problem with this. But okay, so Iron Man. Initially going into it, I think when we were talking about it, we predicted Captain America death, Iron Man stopping being Iron Man.
Yeah, like cameos.
Yeah,
Stan Lee cameos.
Yeah, exactly. He gets the retirement that we thought he was going to get after the 5 years. Then when he goes and sees when they go to 1970, that was the moment for me.
That's when I thought he was going to die.
Yeah, that was the moment that I was like, oh yeah, he's met his dad. He's Gonzo, isn't he?
He's looking longingly at Peggy.
Yeah.
Captain America
looks
Peggy.
at Peggy. Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, thanks.
I could live this.
Yeah,
I could do it. And then he does.
Yeah.
That
for me,
I thought he was almost going to just stay there and then.
Me too, to be fair.
But he's still the good man that Stanley Tucci tells him to be. In the first Avenger, and goes and fixes everything, and then deals with his personal life.
And then it goes on as well with Cap. I think. Not with Cap, although Cap. I think I didn't expect him to go back until they decide that he's the one that has to go back and put the Infinity Stones back up. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. Of course he's going to stay there. He's not going to come back, is he?
I thought he'd come back old, like he'd reappear. It had taken him like 80 years to put everything back.
Can you imagine? I kind of would have liked that as well, though. I would be okay with that if they did that. But anyway.
Because he had to go to space. He had to go to Vormir.
Yeah.
He doesn't know where Vormir is.
Yeah. Yeah, anyway.
It could have taken him
that slowed down and
decades.
Went places. I'm really in the... No, I'll finish Iron Man first. Sorry, I'm getting on tangents again. The moment when he hugs Peter Parker, I was like, oh, he's done. This man is not getting out of this film alive. I think, and I get it. I get why they obviously set it up.
Yeah.
It just kind of brought red flags for me because I was like, oh, this character's gonna die. You know?
Yeah.
and yeah, just leaving it off with the future of this. I was genuinely really in team. Why is Falcon Captain America?
Really thought it was going to be Bucky.
Yeah.
Don't know why.
Even when Falcon
Sam.
said this feels like somebody else's, I genuinely thought he was just even then going to go and give it to Bucky. Like, why Captain America would pick Falcon over Bucky? Like I even went through and got quotes from fucking Captain America, you know, when he says, "I'll be with you till the end of the line" to Bucky. Even when I had nothing, I had Bucky.
Yeah.
Just stuff like that. And I'm like,
yeah, I don't get it. This is why I did say the one thing to you before the video, didn't we? That I thought when the final scene, when you see Cap dancing, I'm guessing that's the 50s. It looks sort of 50-ish. So,
yeah. Oh no, it's 1945. The song that's playing is the End of the War song. That was made.
But the cars and things and the dress, it looks more sort of 50s. So he's already settled at this point. But I really thought it's going to pan and it's going to be some anonymous black woman.
Yeah.
And it's going to turn out that Captain America is Sam Wilson's dad.
Yeah, I thought they were going to do that, and I'm really glad that they didn't, because that would have...
That would be the only thing that would redeem him choosing Sam as the next Captain America. I don't see.
I think something very special needs to happen for Sam to be worthy of being Captain America.
Yeah.
Because as he's even said when they've been introduced, I can't remember whether it's Infinity War or Civil War, when he's like, he's talking about Captain America. He's like, I do the things that he does, just slower.
Yeah.
I think he is Captain America's sidekick. It's okay. Let's just parallel it, right? It's as though Batman dies, and just a Robin around at the time becomes Batman, not Nightwing, the one who's been there the longest and is an established side character now.
Yeah, that
stepping
all works.
In on the mantle.
That all worked though.
Yeah,
which was the great thing about that. But yeah, I suppose that is another slight complaint that I have.
Yeah,
but it'll be interesting to see where they take it, because he's got his TV show, obviously.
Yeah, it is a shame because there's one shot that I would have loved to see at the beginning of another Avengers film. It's like the Avengers are getting ready for something, somebody's coming, and somebody says, "Where's Cap?" And it just cuts to a spot of Bucky, and he's shaving the beard off. It's maybe the first time he's putting on the outfit, and he's shaving the beard off. He's getting a haircut. And then he walks out, and he's in the outfit.
Yeah,
I would have loved to see that.
Yeah, something along those lines at least.
Yeah,
but there we are.
Yeah, sorry about this being so long. How long's this video been? This is about 50 minutes long now. Yeah. Apologies for this, but I think if you're watching the video about Avengers, you're so hyped by this point, you want to know everybody's opinions. So, congratulations if you made it to the end of the video.
Congratulations for not speeding it up if you haven't.
Yeah.
I'd personally be watching this at double, if not quicker.
Those are our thoughts on that. Sorry that it has been such a long video, but let us know in the comments what you thought of Avengers Endgame. That could be interesting. I look forward to hearing other people's opinions, because I know that, again, our opinions are going to be ever so slightly different to a lot of people's. But other than that, really, thank you for getting this far in the video. It does mean a lot to us if people watch even half of our videos most of the time. Thank you very much. If you did enjoy this and you want to see our future Avengers videos, we have at least 4 planned.
Yeah.
Now, so you'll be getting those in the future. Subscribe for that and hit the little notification bell so that you never miss out on a video that we upload here.
And do also go and check out our social media. I think we're on Facebook, aren't we? We've got Instagram and Twitter.
Have you got a Facebook page? I haven't made a Facebook page.
I'm not sure. We've definitely got Instagram, because I did a little before and after Endgame.
He's used Instagram. I tend to monitor the Twitter account, so if you want to reach one of us, you're more likely to be seen on Instagram.
I'm more on Instagram.
I'm more likely to be seen on Twitter, so yeah. You can find us on there, and we will see you all in the next video.